Have you ever felt like saving money means giving up everything you enjoy? That every time you try to cut expenses, you end up frustrated because it feels like you're depriving yourself of what really makes you happy? If this has happened to you, don't worry, because today, I'm going to show you that it's possible to spend less without suffering. I'm going to share 5 powerful techniques that will help you save money without feeling like you're losing quality of life. So stick with me until the end, because these tips could change your relationship with money and help you stop throwing money away once and for all. The first thing you need to understand is that the problem isn't spending money, it's spending it the wrong way. Often, we try to save by cutting small things, but we keep spending a lot in areas that really drain our money. Have you ever seen someone who cuts out their daily $5 coffee but keeps a car that costs $2,000 a month? The problem isn't the coffee. The problem is where we place our focus. That's why today I'm going to show you techniques that will help you reduce your expenses without affecting your comfort or lifestyle. The first technique is the real value method. Often, we spend money without really evaluating whether it brings any concrete benefit to our lives. Before buying anything, ask yourself this: does this really improve my life, or does it just give me momentary satisfaction? Let's take a practical example. Imagine you want to spend $500 on a fancy dinner at a restaurant. Now, imagine you could use that same $500 to buy something that will improve your everyday life in a lasting way, like a course that helps you earn more money or an item that you really need. The goal here is not to stop spending, but to ensure that every penny leaving your pocket is going towards something that's truly worth it. The second technique is the 30-day rule. You know that impulse to buy something that comes out of nowhere? Often, it disappears after a few days. The problem is that many people act impulsively and buy before realizing they didn't even need it. The solution? Wait 30 days before making any purchase that isn't essential. If after this period you still feel that it's really important to you, then it's worth considering. But most of the time, you'll notice that the desire has disappeared, and you didn't need to spend that money. This avoids unnecessary purchases and helps you have more conscious consumption without sacrificing anything. The third technique is smart substitution. We often pay a high price for things just because we're used to it, without even looking for cheaper alternatives. Have you ever stopped to think if you really need to pay for an expensive cell phone plan? Or if that streaming subscription you hardly use makes sense? Small substitutions can generate significant savings without impacting your quality of life. For example, switching to a cheaper internet plan that meets your needs, or even replacing expensive brands with more affordable versions of products you use daily. If in the end, the benefit is the same, why pay more? The fourth technique is taking advantage of cashback and discount coupons. It may seem small, but believe me, it can make a huge difference in your budget. Nowadays, there are several ways to get some of the money back on essential purchases. Cashback apps, loyalty programs, and discount coupons can significantly reduce your spending over the year. Let's do a quick calculation. If you spend $2,000 a month on daily purchases and get an average of 5% cashback, that's $100 back every month. In a year, that's $1,200 saved without cutting anything. Not to mention the discounts you can get just by doing a little research before making a purchase. And now the fifth technique, the invisible budget. Many people struggle to save because they feel like they're losing money every time they save. But what if you could save without even noticing? The idea here is to automate your savings so you don't have to think about it all the time. How? By setting up an automatic transfer for savings or investments as soon as your salary hits your account. This way, before you even see the money in your account, it's already been directed to something useful. This creates a system where you save effortlessly and over time accumulate a significant amount without feeling like you're giving up anything. Now let's go even deeper with 5 more strategies that will help you spend less without feeling like you're depriving yourself. The sixth technique is to avoid unnecessary automatic payments. Many people keep subscriptions and recurring services that they don't even use, but that continue charging month after month. Take a look at your bank statement and audit it. Which of these charges are actually useful to you? If you cancel subscriptions you don't use, you can save a lot of money without losing anything. The seventh technique is to use the cost per use method. Before buying anything, calculate how many times you'll actually use it and divide the price by the number of uses. If an item is used very few times, maybe renting or borrowing it is a better option than buying. This approach prevents you from spending money on things that don't offer a good cost-benefit ratio. The eighth technique is cooking more at home. Eating out might seem convenient, but it's one of the biggest financial drains. With a few small adjustments, you can prepare tasty and affordable meals at home without compromising quality. Set one day a week to cook in larger quantities and save both time and money. The ninth technique is selling what you don't use. Look around you and see how many items are gathering dust without being used. Clothes, electronics, furniture, all of these can be turned into extra money. Platforms like OLX and Mercado Libre make this process simple, and you can make some good money getting rid of things you don't need. The 10th technique is learning to say no to impulsive social spending. We often spend money just to keep up with friends or because of social pressure. If you learn to set limits and prioritize your finances, you'll be able to avoid many unnecessary expenses without hurting your relationships. Now tell me, which of these techniques will you try first? Write it down in the comments, because I want to know how you plan to save more without giving up your quality of life. And if you want to keep learning how to spend better and build a solid financial future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. Remember, the money you save today is the freedom you gain tomorrow. See you in the next video.